Oh, seven commanders, Dimebot here. Today I want to talk about why I am so very disappointed in the Caspian Explorer. So, this is a new ship that has been advertised, obviously, as an exploration ship. Testing it on the test server, and I doubt that we're going to get any real changes to much. Certainly not fundamental design changes, which is kind of what I have a problem with. This is a Neutron highway ship. This is not an exploration ship. This is a ship that is meant to jump really far. I have personally gotten 440 light years off of Jackson's Lighthouse, which is a neutron star. So that's a 6 times boost without really stripping the thing too far down or min-maxing it. Your configuration that you get with the Galactic and Stellar editions comes with 3 AFMs, a fighter hangar, and 2 SRVs. So that's a lot of weight right there, but this thing is not a true exploration ship, and let's get into what I mean by that. So, exploration is not just running the neutron star highway. Exploration needs a decent jump range, but nitty gritty exploration does not need an incredibly massive jump range. The way that you explore is by getting into unknown space, which can be done as close to 800 light years from the bubble, maybe a little further, 1200, but you will find unexplored systems if you kind of go at odd angles. And then the tedious work of short jumps from system to system to system. This gets even more evident when you get closer to the central sectors of the galaxy, where there are thousands and thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of stars, and you sometimes have jump distances as short as 1 or 2 light years between them. This is not where a huge jump range comes in handy. This is where you want to be able to land easily in a smaller ship. I do not have any easier time landing the Caspian than I would an Anaconda. It is a large ship. It's got a large footprint no matter what they've done with the landing gear. It is a ship that is meant to run between Colonia and back, or somewhere else, using neutron stars and white dwarfs, and rip off massive amounts of distance per jump. The thing there is, you don't really get a lot of neutron stars or white dwarfs when you get away from those, quote, highway areas and start really digging into systems and exploring. At that point, that large jump range and all of the weight and components that you have shaved, stripped down, left off, that's not an advantage anymore. In some cases, it could be a liability if you've stripped your thrusters too far down to get a jump range that you like, and now you can't function in a higher gravity well planet. The Caspian is better advertised as a fast cruise ship to me, as a fast transport to Colonia. It's not an exploration ship in terms of getting in there and actually doing real point-to-point exploration. And there are things that they could have done that could have made it that way. One thing that I love, an idea I've seen thrown around multiple times, is an exploration-based ship-launched fighter, since this is a large ship. Something I would love is put a rack on the outside of it so that we can store a partially filled exobiology cartridge for when you get 3 different types of plants that spawn right on top of each other, and you end up running back and forth like an idiot to finish one sample because you can't sample more than one thing at once. Or make it so that it has a super advanced planetary scanner that makes it so we only have to have 2 samples instead of 3. Something that actually really contributes to and changes the fundamental nature or the efficiency of exploration gameplay. Look to the Type 11 Prospector as an example of this. The Type 11, it got changed during testing because everybody came back and said, we can make a ship that can do this already. Now, nothing is going to outmine the Type 11. It is a miner's dream. The Panther Clipper, 50% more cargo than anything else in the game. The Mandalay, when it came out, was a game changer for exploration because of its performance in SCO, and because you coupled a smaller, nimbler ship with a pretty good jump range, but also with a very capable suite of optional internals. And the Caspian, to me, feels like they learned the wrong lesson. They learned that big jump range means we can just make the Mandalay writ large, call it a day, and everything will just be fine. And I don't feel like the case. I'm very disappointed in the Caspian. I wanted it to give me something new, something that changed the fundamental loop of exploration gameplay, be that on the surface, be that through scanning. But really all they've done is said, big jump range, good, go have fun. And that's not what I want from exploration. And for a lot of people that are more hardcore explorers, I think that's probably not what they want either. At the risk of offending some people, there are a lot of people who think that getting the Sagittarius A is kind of like Mount Everest, and that's like the be-all, end-all of exploration in the game. It's not. It's a tourist destination. Actually exploring takes a really long time. It's really tedious. It cannot be the most fun thing in the world, but to me and people like me that do it a lot, it's worth it for the cool stuff that you get to see in the game. And also I like having my name on systems as first discovered, but that's neither here nor there. That's just me being vain. The Caspian is really not going to revolutionize that, and yeah, I know they didn't promise anything revolutionary, but I would have liked something that would have changed the gameplay loop a little bit. Something, add something, make something more efficient, give us something that was kind of like the Type 11, where it's like, yes, I could use another ship to do this, but I would be crazy not to use the Caspian because it makes X aspect of this gameplay loop so much better. And they've outright failed to do that. They have, again, just given us the daddy of jump ranges. Yeah, it's going to beat the Jumpaconda. Yeah, it's going to beat the Mandalay. That's great. Once you get off the Neutron Star Highway, it doesn't do you any good. And I think that's the point that they have missed, and the thing that really just disappoints me about the Caspian is that it's a one-note ship, and that one note is not actually helpful for 95% of the exploration gameplay loop. You'll get out there faster, you'll get home quicker, and that's all the ship's going to do for you. And I think that's a massive missed opportunity and a crying shame. Let me know what you think, Commanders. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I look forward to seeing the comments on this one. 07, I'm Dimebot. I'll see you guys next time.